Hello, welcome to another MapLibre tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create 3D maps using LeafMap and MapLibre and deploy it to Hugging Face. So you can basically create 3D web apps for 3D mapping applications, and it's super easy. So this is a very exciting application. So new features that I've been working on the past couple of weeks, and finally I have implemented all the features that I want, and also figured it out how to create interactive web apps using Solara. So very exciting. So I'm going to show you first. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is the Hugging Face web app. So I'm already deployed. The link you can find in the video description below. So if you click this Solara MapLibre, it's going to take you to this web app and take a look. So this is the familiar interface that we have been using Solara to create web apps, and it has native support for iPad widget. So you basically have bi-directional functionality. That means you can interact with the map, you can click, and you can allow the user to select something, and then you can provide actions or events based on the user selection, and it's very powerful. So this is basically the user interface. So you can have some menus, different web apps. I also provide the source code. The source code you can also find in the Hugging Face app here if you want to. But basically, I host the source code on GitHub, and whenever update, it's automatically pushed to Hugging Face. So this is basically the original source code you can find from here, and it's very simple. Basically, inside here you have all these pages, so you can create just some sample Python scripts, and then it's going to turn that into web app. So first, let's look at what it looks like. So I have a couple tabs in here, and the first one is just the globe. So you just need to click each tab, and it's going to show you basically the map. So take a look. So this is the MapLibre, and then this map built on top of MapLibre. So you can basically have 3D globe. On the right here, you have this button. So you can turn the globe, or you just use the web marketer to the map projection. And the nice thing about this is I have this new sidebar that I implemented in LeafMap, so it makes it easy for you to interact with the map. So you can turn the layer on and off. You can also change the opacity. Right? So this can be applied to any LeafMap MapLibre data layers. You can also clear the layer. So if you don't want it, you can just close it. You'll be gone. And also even this sidebar, you can change. You can close it if you don't need that anymore. So this is just an empty map. Of course, it doesn't not very useful. But the next one I'll show you is super powerful. So this is just the sidebar. So on the sidebar, you can actually add a lot of stuff in there. So let me show you. You can add layer control. You can also add the legend. So this is, if you have been using LeafMap, you might be familiar with some of these widgets. So for iPad, you can add that to the map, but for MapLibre right now, it's a little bit challenging right now. So it's not all the features have been supported, but I have implemented sidebars that allows you to actually to add different organizations. So any iPad widget, you can just add that to the map, and it's super powerful. You can add a color bar. You can even add an image. So GF animation. So pretty much anything supported by iPad widget, or it can be HTML, so you can pretty much do anything. You can also do, for example, video. So this just shows you the video, and this video is kind of the width is too big. You can actually click. Right now the button here doesn't show, but if you click this, kind of it's hidden. I'm not sure why, but if you click this one, it will add a new sidebar, basically widget at the bottom. So this one allows you to change the sidebar width. If I drag this, see, so allows you to see the full picture of the video. And once you're done, you can just close it. I'll be gone, and I can play the video. You can even full screen. So this is super powerful. So allows you to actually interact with the map easily. And when you're done, you can also maybe just close this one. So if you don't need it, you can just close the video. And this is the GF animation. So everything you can remove it if you don't need it. And so I'm going to basically change this one back. So if I click this here, oops. There might be a bug. It's supposed to be allow me to change it back. Anyway, I will look into that. So this is the second one. Also, it allows you to change the layer opacity. So if I hit the building, so you can zoom into any location here around the globe, and I'm just going to maybe just press key shift Shift keyboard, and then I can zoom in. So this one have the 3D buildings actually building over there on top, so allows you to actually see very nicely 3D data layers nicely. And you can also see the overture maps. So this is basically the open access building dataset. You also have many other dataset, and similarly allows you to turn the layer on and off. You can also change the opacity. So for example, you turn the layer on and off, so building and building parts, and you can change the opacity nicely. Everything is interactive, so it's super powerful. So basically, we are using a widget, iPy widget, to control the map. You can also have the map interact with the map, and then have something pop up, loads up in another tutorial in the future. Also, you can render PMTIs. So PMTI is a new basically data format that is basically powerful for visualizing large data sets. So you can just host the file somewhere, and then you can just put the data. So it can be hundreds of gigabytes. It doesn't really matter, and you can use that to do all kind of visualization. So this is the overture building and also rows data set. So basically transportation. So if you zoom in, you're going to see all the buildings and rows. So the white color represent the rows, and the building here represent the red color represent the building footprint. And the nice thing about this is you can turn the layer on and off, and you can also basically change the visualization. So let me show you. If you click the settings icon here, and it's going to pop up this style. So here allows you to actually change to any style. So let me move my head to the left side, and allows you to change the color. So this is the white color. For example, I can change it to another color. For example, maybe the blue color. Okay, and you can even change the width if you want to. So just click apply. You see it's instant. So this is super powerful. I can change it maybe to maybe a little bit yellow color, and you can change it to whatever you're liking. And very powerful because we are rendering just on a client, just requesting the tiles from the server. You can also change the line width. So for example, change it to 4. Let's see. If you don't like, you can revert it back to the original. Just click reset and then click apply. It will go back to the original setting. So similarly here for the building, right? I can change the building. So I can click here. I can switch and then I can change the building. So for the building, I don't like the red color. I want to change it maybe to the yellow color. Okay. And by default, this is just using the line. You can actually change the line width or something like that. If you want the opacity, you need to use the fill layer type. I didn't show it in here, but if you're interested, you can certainly do that. So you can also change the line style. For example, I can use the dash dot, right? Maybe zoom in. These are all dynamic, so see how this super cool. And this very powerful. So this is something that I really want for a long time, and finally we are able to actually implement and then figure it out. Okay, so let me revert back to the original one, and then also the solid. So this is the PM tiles. You can also do styling. I think I already showed you, like you can style points, lines, and polygon. So for example, these are all the cities in the US, and you can turn the layer on off easily here. If you want to change the style, all you need to just click this setting button, and then it will pop up. It's super quick. And from here, I can change the color. For example, I change to maybe red color, and then just hit apply. You can make it a little bit bigger if you want to, and you can also apply a blur around the circle. So if you click this one, you will see actually the circle. I mean the outline is a little bit blurred here. So very powerful, very easy to do, and this is not something you can easily do using other Python packages. And it's built on top of the MapLibre library, but makes it so much easier to use. So now it's just a couple click. You can do that easily. You can also change the circle opacity. So for example, you just want a circle, but you don't want the opacity. You want to make transparent. Then you click this one and then click apply. Then it should be transparent. And maybe I change it to a yellow color, so it's more obvious. And I can change the blur to 0. So that right now I'm just showing you maybe just like something like this. And you can also change the stroke width. For example, right now only 1. I can change it to 3 and see. Very cool. So of course, these are too many points. You can also check the zoom level. So when it's zooming out, you don't want to show the points. It's certainly also feasible. Okay, next one, cloud place maps. So sometimes you might want to create a map that based on a certain values of the attribute data. So for example, this one just shows you the population, okay, global population. So you can see it's actually 3D. You also see basically the legend here, and allow you to turn the data layer on and off, and you can change the opacity. So behind the scenes, just the Liberty map, background base map. And you can pretty much apply this one to do visualization of any vector data set. It can be GeoJSON, it can be PMTI, it can be anything. As long as you have a column that indicating the value you want to map. It can be housing price, it can be population density, it can be anything. So very powerful. And just with Capological, you can do that easily. The last one I want to show you is the video. So you can actually overlay a video on top of the base map, and you can also drag it. So you can also add a 3D base map, then the video will be dragged on top of the 3D base map. So this is super cool. So you can turn this layer off. For example, this is the satellite base map, and this is the video on top. You can even change the opacity. So it's being changed dynamically, and it's super cool. It's very, very responsive. So everything is, you can change the, hide the sidebar if you want to hide it, right? So very, very easy. And there are a lot more examples. So you're welcome to basically go to the leaf map tutorial here. And I have, I think, almost 100 examples showing you how to basically use leaf map and MapLibre to create all kind of mapping applications. And previously, I provide this kind of the HTML, so that allows you basically to click and then you'll be able to visualize. But this is all pretty much static because you cannot really interact. You cannot, you can turn the layer on and off, but in terms of changing the opacity and trying to interact with the map, it's very limited because it's already an HTML. So it's a static file. But right now with Solara and this, you can add all kind of widgets. So makes it really powerful. You can add more widgets. You can turn things on and off. You can even click something on the map and then show some additional corresponding information here on this widget. So I really want to try it out and see if you like it. So next, let me show you how to use it. Right, this is the template that I already created. So if you really want to adapt this one to your own applications, all you need to do is just basically go to the files. You can look at the add some Python scripts, and it's pretty much similar to what we did in the novel examples here. So if you click and find any novel examples, all you need to do is just to pretty much copy this, all the source code here. For example, this is how to create a map at data layer. And then all you need to do is just basically come up here and then just replace here with the content. And the only thing at the end is just return the map. After that, basically this is the source code, the function we use to create a map. And then you can just save this one as a variable. So when Solara is executing the source code, it's looking at the map components. So I already added map.to Solara, and that help you convert the map into a Solara component, and then just return this one. So when you are actually doing the visualization, it will be super easy. So if you want to try it out, the best way is to just go to my link here in the video description below, and then just upper right here, click duplicate this space. And if you log into your account, you duplicate the space, then it will be showing up on your account. So again, just log into your account. And for example, here, I'm just going to duplicate the space. Make sure you change this one to public, otherwise it's just private. So for example, for me, I would say just Solara MapLibre, I can say demo, right? Then you can just use the default one because this is free. So just use the free version. Then you just click duplicate space, and that's it. So once you have this one, you can actually clone this one to a local computer, and you can actually update the changes if you want to. So very, very easy to do. So next, I'm going to show you maybe how you can actually make changes. You're welcome to copy this one to a local computer, and then you can test it. So for example, I can just go to the settings and then clone repository. So from here, you can see this is basically where you can clone. So I can copy here, and then I can open my terminal, and then just git clone, and then oops, or just paste git clone. So now I have this one on my local computer, right? So what you need to do is actually to install the dependencies. So this one here, I have a couple dependencies. So you do need to install this. So I'm just going to maybe open my terminal and then just condat activate. So I already have a condat environment. So all we need to do is just to pip install this R and then requirements.txt. So make sure you install all the dependencies. If you don't, then it's going to basically fail because you're missing the dependency. So for me, I already installed everything. So now if you want to run this one using Solara locally, you can certainly do that. So you can open the terminal, and so for here, I just contact activate Geo, and then just use Solara. So if you forget about the command line, you can open this Docker file. So if you open the Docker file, this will actually show you the command line. So Solara run, and then pages, pretty much that's it. And then so what you need to do here, you'll be just like this. Okay, Solara run, and then this pages. Okay, and then you can say port equal to, you can use the default port, but the reason for that is when you deploy to Hugging Face, it's better to use the 7860. If you use other ports, Hugging Face might not be able to deploy. It's like preparing the space forever. So it took me a couple of hours actually to figure it out today. So I would recommend you just use the port 7860, and then just hit enter. So it will automatically open this one in your browser. So take a look. So now I have this one running on my local computer, and I can just navigate through. For example, I can click any tab, and the same as you see earlier that I showed you, right? But right now this is just I'm testing locally. So if you have anything you want to basically test before you upload to Hugging Face, then this is the way you do that. Okay, so let me go back to the Hugging Face, the demo that I created earlier. So this is just a demo, so it's basically a duplicate. If you have a Hugging Face account, then you should be able to do that. I'm going to go to the apps menu and take a look. So now I have all of these basically the same. So now the app becomes yours. You can just duplicate my stuff. You don't have to start from scratch. But what I'm going to show you is, like, if you want to add some additional stuff, how you're going to do that. So what you can do here is to actually open this one in VS Code, for example. Open this web app that I just cloned. So let me show you how to add new one. So you're going to go to the pages, and if you, anything here, some of the things in here you don't want it, you can make changes, you can delete it. It's up to you. So this is was the home page, was the markdown. So I have 7 examples, and I want to add another one. For example, assume here I have something that I want to add. For example, I'm going to go to my overview here, and I want to pick maybe example. So for example, I want to add this one. So just to visualize the data. So how maybe the street, maybe the indoor. Okay, how about this example? It's not super complicated. So all we need to do is basically just a GeoJSON file, and then we can just add the data to the map. So then we can visualize that. So how I'm going to do that? I'm going to go to VS Code here, and then right click new files, and for example new 08, and then indoor.py. Okay, hit enter. So once you have this, I would recommend is to just copy the template. So I'm going to go to the globe file here, just Control A, Control C, and then come to the indoor, Control V here. All we need to do is just simply replace this section, and that's it. Everything else remains the same, so it's super easy. I'm going to go to my example here. So what I need to do is to just copy this URL. So this is basically the sample data where it's being hosted. So paste it here, and then the data. And after that, just going to maybe copy this whole section, or maybe just copy this one. Okay, create a map and then edit. So maybe I can do it here. All right, and you need to move the data to the top. So I'm going to move it to the top here, and I think that's pretty much it. That's all you need to do. And Control S. So what you need to do is actually go to your terminal, Control C to stop it, and then run it again, because if you edit a new tab, it's not going to show up unless you basically restart the section. So take a look. Now I have this indoor new one here, and take a look. So I have this easily edit, and this is all 3D. Of course, there is also a sidebar here, so you can turn the layer on and off. So this is just basically the simple GeoJSON data that allows you to actually edit. So take a look, super nice. And by default, for some other apps, you will see here the sidebar is displayed by default. For the new one that we added, it doesn't, because I need to add this one to the map here. So when you create the map, you might need to basically add this one. So sidebar visible equal to true. So if you close here, paste, Control C. Now if you go to the app again, it should be displayed by default. And look, so this is it. So you can allow you to actually make changes directly on the web app. So next, you can push this one to GitHub. Please push this one to Hugging Face, and I will say add indoor web app. I'm not sure if I authenticate or not. Otherwise, I might not be able to see the changes. Oh, so you need to basically the username, and then you need to enter your username and your password. So let me see here. I'm going to enter my username, and then your password. Actually, the password is not a password; it's your token. So you need to actually go to Hugging Face website and then to create a token. So if you don't know, you can check out the website. So let me just find my token somewhere, and then I can basically enter campus to remote try to see changes. Something is wrong, basically authentication. I think just for demo, I can show you how to do that on Hugging Face so that I can save you some time. The reason that it's like authentication issue because I usually push to GitHub, and then there's GitHub actions automatically push to Hugging Face. So I don't deal with Hugging Face directly. But for this demo, I can just show you how easy it is. So I'm going to go to Files and then Pages. So for here, it's actually pretty simple. You can just create, or you can upload a new file, and then I can just drag the one that I have created on my local computer here, and then Pages. So number 8 indoor, and then just commit changes, and that's it. So it's actually super easy. So it's Hugging Face is going to basically rebuild the Docker container, because we are not changing anything in the Docker container. We're just adding a new script, so it should be pretty quick. So just wait for a couple seconds, and then you should be able to see the new app created here. And then you can continue to add new examples. So it's super useful and powerful. Okay, restarting, and then once you see the running, so you need to wait until you see the running, basically the green color, then you are good to go. That means now your app has been reviewed. So this is kind of whole process. What I recommend is just clone the repo to your local computer, and then try to add some examples, and then from there you can start creating your own web apps. Okay, so that's all for this video. I hope you find it useful. This is a very exciting feature that I have been working on the past couple of weeks. So I hope you like it, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.